Hey guys, Jonah here, back once again with another beer review, and we're delving back into the Belgian box um, with the Ferment magazine. And there's nothing about this brewery in the magazine, but I did find something interesting which I hadn't noticed before. So there is an article here which says Brasserie de la Mule, but it's by ATJ, Adrian Turney Jones, who I actually met not that long ago in in the Montefiore Arms in Ramsgate. Friend of Eddie Gadd, who seems to be friends with everyone, which is good. Well, good for him anyway. But yeah, really interesting. I'm reading his book as well at the moment. I'm wondering whether I should do book reviews, like beer book reviews, because I've got a fair few books, and I did years ago when I was living um, in my previous place. So this was like kind of 10 years ago, I guess. I did do some beer book reviews. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Could do some home brewing books. Could do like ATJ's book, which is a seasonal book. Got it signed by him as well, which would be quite cool. Anyhow, this is what we're looking at today. We are looking at the Malmedy Double by Brasserie de Bellevaux in Malmedy. That's easy for me to say in Belgium. Yeah, as we all know, Belgian beers, you get doubles, you get triples, you even get the odd quadruple, which is cool. This is a dark one. They tend to be darker actually, not all the time, but they do tend to be. Brewed and canned for Brasserie de Bellevaux. So that implies that it wasn't brewed by them, and then imported by Beer 52. Always, always thinking about this. This isn't quite what the information I think there is says. Anyway, it's a 5% beer. It's got a shed load of hops and autumn leaves and all sorts of cool things on the can, which is cool. And those hops are Fuggles, one of my favourite hops, which is UK, and Nuggets, which again isn't a Belgium hop. So I'm seriously wondering, was this brewed in Belgium? I don't know. I should be asking, dear viewer, is this a good beer? That's what I should be asking. Now, this hasn't been in, I don't know if you can see, it's got a tiny bit of purchase on it, but this has not been in the fridge because with the darker beers and the maltier beers, you shouldn't really chill them down unless you need to. They should be cool, but not frozen, if that makes sense. The malts, yeah, I should have said that. We have got some chocolate malt, we have caramel malt, and then obviously we've got pale malts and that kind of stuff in there. Doesn't say exactly what the pale malts are, but never mind. I'm going to enjoy this. I know I am. This is a multi-bar stall. And yeah, apologies. Some people have kind of reacted weirdly to my Brewdog 12 beers of Christmas video from yesterday. It was just an unboxing video, but I was out and about in the fair town of Broadstairs yesterday. Yesterday evening, I left it quite late actually. Oh, look at that head. Look at that, 2 fingers. But unlike yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, look at that, some really large bubbles. So this head will not stick around too much. Let's give it a bit of a swirly. Have a look at that head. Big bubbles. Some of them are big, some of them are small. Lovely creamy head. but I would be very surprised if that lasts all the way to the bottom. Anyway, never mind. That colour as well is lovely. One of those will be the thumbnail. So it's interesting. Oh, got some carbon dioxide up my nose there. It's interesting having a Belgium beer with UK hops. Belgium style beer, perhaps? Don't know. And for you, that probably looks pretty dark. But have a look down the bottom. It is definitely like a ruby, a dark ruby red, a conker, that kind of thing. If you can see at the line, there's some carbonation kind of making its way up, but it's not overly aggressive, which is good. And I believe the water they use, assuming it's brewed at the brewery, which it says it kind of it implies that this wasn't made at the brewery because it says brewed for. So that implies it wasn't brewed by them. But if it was, they used the water of the Ardennes, which winds its way through various places, but Belgium is definitely one of them. Lovely, sweet, malty, obviously, but there's that kind of dark sugar, dark molasses, not coffee. I mean, chocolate malt in there, but sometimes chocolate malt doesn't actually taste like chocolate. It gives a kind of darkness, a sweetness. But I think the other one was caramel malt. Yeah, that makes more sense with that kind of sweet, unctuous kind of dark, roasty thing. I should probably start drinking, shouldn't I? I haven't had a drink today. So this is going to be my first. Cheers and beers. If you're new to the channel, do all those good things. Click like, subscribe if you want to. And if you've enjoyed the video so far, why not click thumbs up? Cheers and beers. Oh, okay. There is some sweetness there. There's a tiny bit of astringency. There's that dark malt there, but there is a little bit of fruitiness too, which is nice, and a tiny bit of spice perhaps at the end, which no doubt is coming from the fuggles. Not that much though. It's really weird trying Belgian beers and to some degree darker German beers and seeing how close they are to similar styles that we have in the UK. Obviously, wit beers and things like that are very different to lagers and things from Germany. But you do get sometimes some wit beers and Weiss beers and things, but they tend to be a speciality of Belgium. So having a dark Belgian beer is really, oh, pardon me, really, really good. Little bit of carbonation coming from there. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Ooh, got a bit of dust in this room and it tends to get up the old nose. I've also noticed that there is a sort of weird ball or cloud shaped thing coming from the head, but like I thought was going to happen, the head has kind of disappeared. It hasn't really stuck around, and it hasn't really stuck on the side of the glass either, which is a bit of a shame. There is something else in there that's kind of a little bit fruity, but it's by no means like like a New World hop. It's more kind of traditional, but it's sort of fruity, like maybe a datey kind of thing, or yeah, some other kind of stone fruit, a plum, perhaps something along those lines. Quite muted, but that's, you know, fit for style. Usually I'd like my doubles a little bit stronger than 5%. That seems quite low on the ABV, but can't have everything, eh? Ooh, okay. Ooh, as I'm going down the glass, I'm getting a lot more sweetness. So perhaps the heavier particulates, the sugar molecules and stuff, have flowed to the bottom, and I'm picking them out now. But what happens is you get a bit of sweetness, you get a bit of that kind of fruity, maybe a datey kind of thing, medjool dates, that kind of thing that you have for Christmas. Um, but yeah, that little bit of darkness, that chocolate malt, that spiciness is all lingering together, but it's in the background and it comes through secondary. So it's nice and kind of malty and sweet and all those kind of nice things with a touch of fruit up front, and then the spiciness descends, the darkness of the chocolate malt. This doesn't taste like chocolate at all, but it's, like I said, it's that kind of darkness, that grittiness, that earthiness that comes through. Chocolate malt's really good at that. And it definitely is kind of one of those things that does taste, or you do get from chocolate, but um, yeah, it's not like a milky chocolate. It's not even like a dark chocolate in this case. There's no kind of lactose, there's no milkiness to it, there's no creaminess to it. It's got the sweetness, it's got that kind of bitterness, that astringency. But yeah, without that creaminess, I wouldn't necessarily say this is a chocolate beer. I'm happy to say though that I was a little bit wrong with the head. There's a sort of weird flying duck creature in my foam today. There isn't that much around, but there is more than I thought. Oh, there's a sort of flying butterfly, a monarch or something, flying across the town there. Wow, I hope I haven't got this cold that's been going around. I don't know if you've got it, but yeah, we didn't get any of the weather here apart from the wind. We got battered by the wind. No snow, hardly any rain. We got absolutely battered. We had slates off the roof and fences down and all sorts. It wasn't good. But other places in the UK have had a lot more problems than us. So got to be thankful for some things, eh? Let's finish this off. Yep, it's gone over 10 minutes, and we'll let you get you're on your way. You've got some drinking to do, haven't you, dear viewer? Oh, and what I know some of you do, because some of you viewers are nice and speak to me and that kind of stuff, and you're always welcome. Um, whatever beer I'm drinking, you'll have your own beer, and you listen to my dulcet tones and my rumblings and my streams of consciousness whilst you're drinking your own beer. So, cheers to you. That is a very good way of doing it. Like usual with the dark beer, we always have a tiny bit later, a little bit later for Ron later on. And otherwise, that was pretty good. Not really a double in my book, but as a kind of darker beer, a medium strong dark beer, I think that was pretty nice. That's the Malmedy double by Brasserie Bellevaux, or Bellevaux, via Beer 52. So I'm not 100%. What does that say underneath? I'm trying to see if it'll focus. Malmedy, Belgium. There we go. Cool. Slightly muted and down, but I have had a slightly sore head this morning from the 8 or 9 beers that I had yesterday. But yeah, I'm back on the beer, firing on all 4 cylinders. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Come back for another beer review, and that's definitely going to happen real soon.